As many of you know, our sister companies Wyngaard Law and 3A's Recruiting have a lot of worker support programs so that we get those super high retention rates that we're always bragging about. Aracely Hernandez is our point person for worker support. She begins her work from when our recruits initially apply to our company for a job and stays in contact with them at least through the first 6 months on the job. Now, Aracely is a Mexican woman who has also lived in the United States, and she has over 15 years of experience as a cultural liaison for international companies who hire workers from Mexico. How lucky am I to have her on my staff? Now, today I'm going to highlight some of the services that we have that result in those incredible retention rates that I previously mentioned. Okay, number one, every worker we send is fully versed on the job requirements as they are extensively discussed with our recruiters from day one. But then we also have Chelly following up with conversations with the workers about what an actual workday will entail. They talk a lot about not only things like housing and transportation, but they also talk about fitting into that new company and also the lifestyle in the United States. Our clients often will even go as far as to send videos of an actual workday, which is very helpful to show the recruits as well. Number two, we offer free language classes to our recruits. Now, all of our nursing recruits will actually go through, they will participate in our free English classes to make sure that they can do their job safely and efficiently. On the other hand, nearly all of the engineers who apply to our engineering jobs are already fluent in English, but if we do come across an exceptional engineer who isn't quite up to the standards for English, we'll just put him into our intensive language program and then reevaluate after 6 months. Number three, interview practice for TN workers. Now, Mexican TN workers usually need to attend a consulate appointment to get their visa. Sometimes you can have the most qualified worker, but they just get a little nervous when they're interviewing. I mean, personally, I end up in consulates all the time because of conferences and interviews, and I even think they're intimidating. So if a worker seems a little nervous, a consular officer could simply deny their application because they suspect that the person isn't telling the truth, but really someone is just fidgeting a bit because they're nervous. So to help with that, we set up practice interviews. We will tell the worker what door to enter at the consulate, which staircase to use, what are the likely questions that will be asked by the consular officer, what are the best responses. Basically, we get the workers accustomed to the process so that they can walk into that interview with confidence and get their visa approved quickly. All right, number four, we provide cultural support. Now, TN workers are either from Canada or Mexico. And the truth is that both Mexicans and Canadians are pretty darn familiar with the United States. And they become part of our great American melting pot pretty quickly. But that being said, some additional support does go a long way. For example, if a worker needs a little support to find an apartment or to apply for a car loan in the United States, Chelly and her team are the people that they will call. Another very common issue is understanding U.S. paycheck. I mean, personally, I vividly remember when I was 15 and I received my first paycheck. I was not too impressed with FICA, and I couldn't understand why they needed so much of my money. So that would be another situation where Aracely and her team would help out. Now, as you can see, at Wyngaard Law and 3Amigos, we place great importance on helping our clients to welcome their new TN workers into the United States and into their company. Obviously, it's in our best interest as a company and a business. And one of the reasons that we do get our retention rates for non-immigrant visas that are so high, but it's also just the right thing to do. Personally, I lived and worked as an immigration lawyer in Mexico for 12 years. I contributed to Mexico by paying taxes and, getting involved with the community. But the truth is that I will never be able to repay what I gained from Mexico and Mexican people during that time. And I do consider it my obligation to make sure that we are giving our Mexican recruits every chance to succeed in the United States. So on behalf of our companies, thank you for your business. We will do everything that we can to help you and your new TN recruits to work and thrive in your company. Give us a call. Let's talk TNs.